When you think of American food, what's the first thing that comes to mind? Probably the hamburger. It's the icon of American cuisine, the centerpiece of backyard barbecues, the foundation of a global fast food empire. But what if I told you that the hamburger isn't actually American? Its story begins over 2,000 years ago, on the other side of the world, and involves Roman emperors, Mongol warriors, German immigrants, and a fierce debate about who really put the first patty between two buns. Come along as we uncover the true history of the hamburger. Our journey begins in ancient Rome, around the 1st century AD. Believe it or not, the oldest known ancestor of the hamburger appears in a Roman cookbook called Apicius. There's a recipe for something called Icitia aumentata, ground meat mixed with pine nuts, pepper, and wine, formed into patties and grilled. It's essentially a hamburger without the bun. The Romans were already enjoying minced meat patties nearly 2,000 years ago. Fast forward to the 12th century, to the vast grasslands of Central Asia. This is where the story takes a dramatic turn. The Mongol warriors under Genghis Khan had a brutal but practical way of tenderizing meat. They would place raw meat under their saddles and ride for hours. The friction and pressure would break down the fibers, creating a kind of crude minced meat that they could eat raw. This tradition spread across the steppes and eventually reached Russia, where it became known as steak tartare. And from Russia, it traveled to Germany. By the 19th century, the German port city of Hamburg had become famous for its beef. German cooks created a dish called Hamburg steak, high-quality minced beef, seasoned and pan-fried, often served raw or lightly cooked. It was considered a luxury item, enjoyed by sailors and wealthy travelers alike. When German immigrants began pouring into America in the mid-1800s, they brought their Hamburg steak with them. By the 1830s, you could find Hamburg steak on the menu at famous New York restaurants like Delmonico's. But here's where things get complicated. The Hamburg steak was just a patty of meat, no bun, no toppings, no sandwich. So who actually invented the hamburger as we know it today? Several people claim the title, and the truth is, it might have been all of them. Let's start in 1885, at the Seymour Fair in Wisconsin. A young man named Charlie Negreen was selling meatballs from his food stand, but customers found them hard to eat while walking around. So Charlie did something brilliant. He flattened the meatball, put it between two slices of bread, and called it a hamburger. He later claimed to be the inventor and continued selling them at the fair for over 60 years. That same year, 1885, at another fair in Hamburg, New York, brothers Frank and Charles Menches ran out of pork sausage for their sandwiches. Their supplier suggested using beef instead, so they seasoned it, grilled it, and served it between two buns. They also claimed to have invented the hamburger. Then there's Otto Quass, a German chef who supposedly created a fried beef patty between buns in Hamburg, Germany, in 1891. And Louis Lassen, a Danish immigrant who ran a lunch wagon in New Haven, Connecticut. In 1900, a local businessman rushed into Lassen's restaurant and asked for a quick hot meal. Lassen grabbed some ground beef trimmings, grilled them, and served them between two slices of toast. Louis's lunch still operates today, serving hamburgers the exact same way, and they'll refuse to serve you with ketchup. But the moment that truly launched the hamburger into American consciousness was the 1904 World's Fair in St. Louis. The same fair that gave us the ice cream cone and the popsicle also introduced the hamburger to millions of visitors. Food vendors served countless hamburgers, and America fell in love. Now the hamburger was popular, but it still had a problem. People were afraid of ground meat. In the early 1900s, Upton Sinclair's novel The Jungle exposed horrific conditions in the meatpacking industry, and hamburger sales plummeted. Enter Walter Anderson, a short-order cook in Wichita, Kansas. In 1916, he perfected a method for cooking hamburgers, smashing them on a hot griddle to sear in the juices. He also invented the first sesame seed bun. In 1921, Anderson partnered with businessman Billy Ingram and founded White Castle. They built their restaurants with gleaming white tiles to look clean and trustworthy. They sold hamburgers for 5 cents each and coined the phrase, buy 'em by the sack. White Castle single-handedly restored America's faith in the hamburger and became the first fast food chain in history. But the biggest revolution was still to come. In 1940, brothers Richard and Maurice McDonald opened a drive-in restaurant in San Bernardino, California. In 1948, they streamlined their operation with the speedy service system, an assembly line for hamburgers. They focused on a simple menu: hamburgers, cheeseburgers, fries, and shakes. In 1954, a milkshake machine salesman named Ray Kroc visited their restaurant and was stunned by the efficiency. He convinced the brothers to let him franchise their concept. In 1955, Kroc opened his first McDonald's in Des Plaines, Illinois. Within a decade, there were hundreds of locations. Kroc bought out the McDonald brothers for $2.7 million in 1961, and the rest is history. Today, Americans eat approximately 50 billion hamburgers per year. That's about 3 hamburgers per person every week. The Big Mac Index, created by The Economist magazine, is used to compare purchasing power between countries. And hamburgers have taken on local flavors around the world. In Japan, you can get a teriyaki burger. In India, the McTikki is made with potato. In Australia, they put beetroot on burgers. In Sweden, they serve them with shrimp. So, the next time you bite into a hamburger, remember, you're not just eating a sandwich. You're tasting 2,000 years of history. From ancient Roman patties to Mongol warriors, from German immigrants to American innovators, from a small lunch wagon in Connecticut to a global empire with golden arches. The hamburger traveled across continents and centuries to be in your hands today. Now I want to know from you, how do you like your burger? Classic cheeseburger? With bacon? Something wild like a peanut butter burger? And did you know that the hamburger's story involves Genghis Khan and ancient Rome? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this story, hit that like button to help the channel grow. And if you're not subscribed yet, subscribe now and ring the bell because every week a new story is coming out of the kitchen. See you on the next plate.